Stage 7 was the first of the day.
Kivi sisällä kapenee heti oikein +3. Helppo vasen 2.
Se méfier de 6 euros. Troisième étape, l'Italien devance Sainz de 3 secondes et se place dans le sillage immédiat d'un
And Tina Turner was 7th in their new Mitsubishi Evo.
Very difficult. Very difficult. Monte Carlo Rally, 1997. The day I was born. Okay, that's not entirely true. I was born 3 days before the start of the first stage. But growing up, first access I had to real racing was watching videotapes of old rallies like these, usually with the voice of Murray Walker yelping in the background. I wanted to open up this video describing the fierce battle between McRae, Mäkinen, Sainz and Burns through the 1990s. It's an amazing story. But I was born towards the end of it. I never saw it in context, and so I don't think it's my story to tell. What is my story to tell is the effect that it had on me, how it made me choose. Watching those tapes as a child, I had to pick a side. Mäkinen or McRae, Mitsubishi or Subaru, red or blue. I picked blue. I couldn't tell you the reason, I just did. My interest in cars might have just stopped right there if my cousin hadn't picked red. Argument after argument where one of us would try and convince the other that their car was better. But we were just stupid kids that had watched Too Fast, Too Furious too many times, and in reality neither of us knew, but I had to find out. Before then, I didn't know much about cars beyond what it said on a top trumps card, and this battle was the bait that got me hooked. Interest in this era of Group A homologation cars has clearly been on the rise recently, so I thought now would be a good time to revisit this old rivalry on my favourite rally sim, Dirt Rally 2.0. The only problem is that the developers put the Evo VI and the S4 in completely different classes.
Tout le côté gauche de sa Subaru perd plus de 24 minutes avant d'être mis.
So, I created a course. It includes long straights, tight turns, tarmac, gravel, water and air. Each car will get 5 practice attempts in one timed run. From the last episode, we already have 3 Germans on the board, and after a couple practice runs in the Evo, I'm a little concerned about if Dirt Rally might be a little broken or the Evo is just like this. Anyway, let's find out. 126.9. If you're keeping track, that's a really fast time. So fast that pretty much straight after I just started drifting around for no reason. Okay, let's not waste any more time and get straight into the Subaru. The first thing that I realized was that the version of the WRC car used in Dirt Rally 2.0 was early enough to not actually have the sequential gearbox, so not only is it Subaru versus Mitsubishi, but it's also manual versus sequential. This series is so much fun to make. Oh my god. Subaru, great car to drive. It's obviously got some added complexity because of the manual gearbox, and it sort of feels more front biased than the Mitsubishi, which is just planted everywhere. It's just, I love driving these cars. But I've got to say that, you know, in my last video with the rallycross car and the Porsche, I had a bunch of people telling me, oh, what did you expect? You know, the Porsche's down on power, all these disadvantages. Of course it's gonna lose. But these Group A cars, 300 horsepower down on the rallycross car, and look at these results. Just look at them. So, is the game broken? Are these cars just that controllable? Because in the early 90s, they very quickly became faster than the 600 horsepower Group B cars that they replaced, despite having way less power because they were just that good handling. The Evo might have won this round, but I have one more thing planned. Group A was known as the cheating era of WRC, so in that spirit, I'm going to bring across the 95 Subaru Impreza. On paper, it appears to be the same in most respects, but with a little bit more power.